climate change, green energy. We need green energy. And when it comes to green energy, no country is matched to Germany. Germany has been pushing that agenda for almost 20 years. Now, what has that done to Germany? Where is Germany today? And what is the future of Germany? And remember, Germany also went through the pandemic and got affected by the situation between Russia and Ukraine. That conflict forced Germany to phase away the imports or shorten the imports that they have when it comes to energy commodities from Russia. However, Germany should not have a problem because Germany is greener than any other country. Let's look today at what green energy has done for Germany, where Germany is today, and what the future holds for Germany. Let's jump straight into Germany. So the subject of today is what's happening with Germany and the European economy, because if Germany goes down, the European economy will go down with it. Now, it's important to understand that when it came to COVID-19 pandemic, Germany got affected because shortly after that, we also had the situation between Russia and Ukraine. When Russia invaded Ukraine, there was an order for Germany to stop importing oil and natural gas from Russia. And it's important to understand that that natural gas and that oil from Russia was a source of cheap energy for Germany. Germany also had to deal with the situation of Nord Stream. Remember, there was a sabotage on the Nord Stream, and that also cut the flow of cheap energy to Germany. However, because of those effects, today we can see here that no other country pays so much for energy as Germany. Look at this graph, and this graph covers USA, Chile, Brazil. Look how much lower energy is in the US, Chile, and Brazil when compared to Germany. Germany is paying for the highest price of energy today, the highest price for kilowatt hour, which is quite incredible because Germany was and it is a country that has been known for its industry, for its level of productivity. However, how is it that a country that was leading in productivity is now paying for the highest energy on the planet? And remember, Germany is also gone greener than any other country. So if green energy is so cheap, why is it that Germany is paying for the highest price of kilowatt hour in the world? And to illustrate that a bit more, look at this map. Germany is the only country red, and these are the hidden consequences of green energy. And we're going to look at the graphs that shows how much Germany has invested on this energy and how reliable it is today. You can see on this map of energy costs, Germany is the only country in red when it comes to the cost of energy. Now, here we have another graph of industrial production. And remember here on the graph, 2015 equals 100, which means from 2015, look at the lines, the industrial production went up, it came down with the pandemic, it went up again, but barely over 100%, and it's going down. Now, look at this. The most impressive line here is the energy intensive industry, which has to do with metal, chemicals, glassware, ceramics, and others. Look how much it has gone down, obviously because of the high cost of energy. And remember, Germany has gone further than any other when it comes to shifting away from fossil fuels. Now, this graph is a graph that I want you to pay attention. This is the Manager Purchasing Index. This is one of the graphs that mark a recession. When managers are purchasing less for the productivity on industry, that means the productivity is going to be lower in the future. Look at this, it's a total decline. It went up after the pandemic, but it's going down and is now on levels that has only been seen on the economical crisis of 2008. Now, on the previous graph, we saw that the Purchasing Manager Index, you saw that the industry was purchasing less, which means a decline on productivity. However, the price for the consumer is also going up. Look at this. Consumer Price Index is going really high, 140% in 2022, and the price is going to continue to go up because the energy in Germany is the most expensive energy on the planet. And it's not just the consumer prices that are going up. You can see how as well the price for the producers are also going up, which means prices are going to go up, inflation is going to go high, and the productivity is going to get lower in Germany. Another graph I want to share with you guys is the amount of investment in Germany. And you can see that since 2017, there has been a constant decline on foreign investment in Germany. That means in sophisticated money, investors are not seeing Germany as a place that they can invest their money and make profit. And if there's less investment, that means Germany is going to stop being an industrial country, which means it's going to go through deindustrialization. Look at this. You can see a decline from 2017 to 2018, from 2018 to 2019, another decline, and from 2019 to 2020, a further decline, and decline again 2021, and further decline in 2022. And of course, we still don't have the total numbers of 2023, but I would not be surprised if the decline continues. And here, another graph that shows even more impact of that. Germany is known for their automobile industry, and here's what happened. You can see on the gray line that shows the amount of automobile being exported by Germany, and you can see the decline has gone since 2017. But look who is picking up. China is picking up on the export of automobile, and I would say that by 2023 it had already eclipsed Germany. The electrical automobiles produced in China are overtaking the market. They're surpassing Tesla. They're surpassing Germany according to this graph. So Germany's future is very dark. They're no longer receiving investment, and the idea of moving to green energy is not really helping them. And the biggest mistake that I have done, in my view, is to shut down their nuclear plants. And I have been saying this in the channel. If you want to go green, we need to add nuclear as green energy. And if you want to find out more about nuclear energy, I have made a video about that, link for that on the description below. Now, that was the present of Germany. Let's look at Germany's future. And the best way to look at the future is to look at the aging force, the aging population. The population in Germany are aging, which means people at the age of working are diminishing, and the people collecting retirement are increasing, which thinks is going to cause a problem to Germany. You can see here, nearly 30% of the current workforce is set to retire in 2036, but the amount of workers are not increasing. And as you already know, when the conflict between Ukraine and Russia began, Germany had to diminish their imports from Russia, and that was not a small amount. 48%, pretty much 50%, half of all the oil that came into Germany came from Russia. So besides all the problems with energy, Germany has yet another silent problem, a problem that most people do not observe because they do not understand much about how central banks operate. The thing is, when you have two central banks, let's say for instance the Central Bank of Brazil and the Central Bank of the UK, Brazil exports to UK, UK exports to Brazil, what happens is eventually they need to check their balance, they need to pay for their debt, which means if the UK exports less to Brazil and imports more from Brazil, Brazil can ask for the payment, and eventually the UK has to send their reserves to the Brazilian accounts. That is the way that normally works when you have each nation having their central banks. However, in the European Union it is different. The Eurozone is different. They have one central bank and over 20 different jurisdictions, one of them being Germany. Now what happened is, let's say Germany exports to Italy and Italy needs to export to Germany. Now what happened is that balance never gets paid. So Germany has a lot of surplus. Germany has a lot of money to collect, but what happened is that balance would never be paid because they only have one central bank, which means all of their balances are going to remain on the balance sheet, and there's no way for Italy to send their reserves to Germany because there are no reserves because there's only one central bank, which means Germany is getting the worst end of the deal when it comes to the euro. However, if they step out, they're saying goodbye to the amount they have to collect. And you can see here, according to this graph, the amount is over 1,200 billion euros that they have to collect, which means it is on the trillions. Now, they will never be able to collect that because it will never be paid. And if they walk away from the Eurozone, that is something that they're going to have to deal with. That balance would not be paid. Now, as I promised, let's see how much investment Germany has done on green energy. And it's important to understand that this graph is just the consumption of energy. Look at this. Renewables are responsible for 17.2% of the consumption of energy. Look at this. They have geothermal, they have biomass, which is 8.8%. Now, it's important to understand that biomass is something that sounds nice, but it's not nice. Biomass literally is trees being cut in South America, especially Brazil, transported by boats to Europe, and they are burned while they're still wet and green, or other forests being cut as well. So biomass is wet wood, is a very inefficient way of energy. But you can see that Germany has 8% of the energy coming from the most inefficient form of energy, which is burning wood that is not properly dry. That is 8.8%. And then you can see 2.1% solar and wind power 3.9%. Now the previous image showed you the consumption of energy, which was about 17% renewables. But let's look at how much capacity installed. And you can see on the capacity installed, Germany should have over 60% of the energy produced by renewables. You can see here, biomass, hydropower, solar, wind offshore, wind onshore accounts for more than 50, close to 60% of all the energy produced in Germany. However, the consumed energy of renewables only comes to 17%. That is to illustrate how inefficient that energy is. And Germany had to go back into burning coal because the renewable energy is not efficient. And as you can see on the first image of this video, Germany is paying for the highest price of energy on the planet. And one big mistake that they made, in my view, was to shut down all their nuclear plants. If we want to have green energy, we need to label nuclear to be green. And if you want to find out more about nuclear, link for that on the description below. Now, at the end of this video, I'm going to leave it here, one video on my issues with green energy. And here I'm going to leave a video to you guys with the benefits of nuclear and how much innovation has occurred on the nuclear front. I hope you watch those two videos. Those two videos will add a lot of information to you guys and will help you to understand more of what I speak on this video. Now, the future of Germany is very dark, which means the future of Europe is going to be looking dark, because if Germany goes down, Europe will come down with it. Now, this is it for now. I hope you enjoy. If you did get value from this video, please do share. If you did not like the video, please give it a thumbs down, but let me know in the comments below why you gave the thumbs down. This is it. Like, subscribe, click the notification bell. See you guys next video. And remember, here's a video on my issues with ESG, and here a video on the benefits of nuclear. Kaboom! Goodbye!